ISD is produced in association with the Belton, Coppers Cove, Killeen, and Temple Independent School Districts, committed to excellence in education for the children of Central Texas.
Our Board of Education made the commitment to project 5 years of funding. There is a state allotment for technology, instructional technology, that goes to every school district. And year by year, it's not enough to do really great things. But if you project that out for 5 years and commit it to one large project, then you can make a big difference in the way you use instructional technology. So we have built, along with some business partners, a technology center that is fiber optic cable networked. It has two-way television that's on roundabout units, so any classroom in that system can become a television studio.
Okay, students, today we are going to be studying one of the greatest Americans in our history, Mr. Martin Luther King. Now, Martin Luther King was one of the greatest leaders of the civil rights movement during the 1950s and the 1960s. In fact, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Peace because of his non-violent actions. We are so proud of the very fact that he is the one responsible for one of the greatest speeches that was ever written. It is "I Have a Dream" speech. In fact, many of you have probably heard quotes or have quoted something from the speech. Now, students, if you will, let's open our books to page 125 and let's read that same speech. 125. Tasha, if you will you read the first paragraph of the speech to us aloud? Thank you.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning.
Today's kindergartners will live 68 years of their lives in the 21st century. We need to prepare students to live and work in that century. Futurist Alvin Toffler has said, if schools have any justification, it is to prepare young people for the future. If it prepares them for the wrong future, it cripples them. There is hardly any career today's students will undertake that will not use the information technologies that are rapidly turning us into the communication age. The century-old tradition of teaching from a printed textbook is being challenged. Today's 21st century students are visual learners. If we prepare them with the tools of their parents' 20th century world, they will be left behind. In today's world, information is changing rapidly and is available anywhere, at any time. A textbook that takes 4 years to be adopted might be obsolete before it's ever opened by a student. Schools need to have the same technology found in business and industry. Recognizing these realities, Belton Independent School District has formed a partnership with Stone Media Corporation of Temple and Dallas to build a state-of-the-art technology center in Belton schools. Fiber optic cable installed on Texas Utilities facilities is the means by which Belton students are entering the communication age. With this one-of-a-kind technology, the elementary student can access, via computer, the latest scientific information on dinosaurs at the same time as the paleontologist. And with real-time interactive video conferencing, Belton 8th graders can collaborate with other students in nearby school districts to learn French from a master teacher located at a remote site. And high school seniors can attend a Mary Hardin Baylor Greek theater class without leaving Belton High. Accessing the latest information isn't limited to an interactive video studio or a city where satellite downlinks are possible. Belton students can have real-time, interactive two-way video communications from room to room, building to building, and the world. A master teacher can be shared by 2 classrooms, particularly in areas of teacher shortage, such as English as a second language and bilingual education. This has already been done when students at the Belton Intermediate School ESL class conducted a cooking lesson in English for the high school class. Both classes benefit from the intermediate school's master teacher, and other teachers can observe and learn new instruction strategies in real-life situations. As Stone Media's fiber optic network expands across Texas, it will connect with major education, medical, and military facilities, offering further learning opportunities from the best instructors with the latest information. Already, Texas A&M University is working with Bell County schools on ways to use video conferencing technology effectively for distance teaching. In the immediate future, many local school districts and institutes of higher learning will be electronically linked together in an education network. The computer is the 21st century student's textbook. Belton students have access to a variety of databases, including an internet connection. They also have network real-time email, which is seen by the receiver at the same moment it's being posted by the sender. With dial-up modem capability, students, parents, and teachers have access to the network from home, office, or classroom. A student who has to be away from the classroom due to illness or other reasons can keep up with class assignments. The Virtual Notebook is a computer access notebook for class and homework in which students may import information, write, calculate, draw, or do other assigned activities. The information gathered may be used in research papers or multimedia projects with other students in team assignments, no matter where those students are. Teachers use Virtual Notebook to work together from different locations on creating a teaching manual or collaborating together on lesson plans. Belton teachers, as lifelong learners, are working together to develop manuals and create a curriculum that best incorporates the new technology. Educator Alan Collins has said, "You don't teach people to drive cars by having them ride bicycles." The partnership with Stone Media enables Belton schools to transcend the textbook or bicycle stage and gets them driving on the information highway, making every Belton kid a winner.
As you play the game of life each day, you'll be a winner, always a winner. Every kid's a winner when learning leads the way. And every kid's a winner in Belton ISD.
Our band participates in UIL marching contest and each year, and every other year 4A schools have a chance to go to the state marching contest. So this year they did place Division I in regional marching contest, and from there they went to area marching contest, and they choose 2 bands from area to go to the state finals in Austin, and our band was one of the 2 bands chosen to go to the state finals. They performed on Saturday afternoon, and then they take 5. There were 14 4A bands at the state marching contest. They take 5 of those 14 to the finals that night at Memorial Stadium. So then our band was one of the 5 that went to the finals at Memorial Stadium that night, and of course we were very pleased and very proud that our band was chosen number 1. They're the marching champions of Class 4A of the state of Texas.
They were real excited about going down there. It's been a long-time goal of the band program here, and they've been to the state contest before, but never finished that high. So when we were able to make finals, that was a real exciting point for them. I think when it was announced that we had won, they did not quite know how to accept it at first. It took them a few seconds for it to sink in, and they just really went crazy.
We're extremely proud of our fine arts and our music, vocal music program. Roy Finney is one of the tops in the state, does a tremendous job heading up our high school choir. In fact, he's responsible for all of our choir. But we're invited to participate and present the entertainment for the opening general session for a national education conference that was held in Austin, October 28th, 29th, and 30th. And they had over 4,000, something over 4,000 people there, and so they asked our school district to provide the entertainment for their first general session.
Hey Romeo, where art thou? Get out here on the floor. Oh, I want to dance you, darling, till you forget wherefore.
Say what?
Let's two step to a new step. We'll keep it all in line.
Okay.
And we'll call this the Romeo, 'cause you're so mighty fine. Romeo, oh.
Romeo.
Romeo, oh.
Romeo.
Romeo, oh.
Romeo.
Come dance with me.
Come dance with me.
That super-looking body beats all I've ever seen.
That's right.
I've never seen a cowboy look that good in jeans.
Skin tight.
My temperature keeps rising every time we meet.
Too bad.
It might not be true love, but what it is, it's hard to beat.
Yeah.
Romeo, oh.
Romeo.
Romeo, oh.
Romeo.
I just know.
Romeo.
I'll get you yet.
You wanna bet?
Romeo, oh.
Romeo.
Romeo, oh.
Romeo.
I want to be.
Wanna be.
Your Juliet.
My Juliet.
Around and figure out what kind of program we wanted to do. And so we decided to do all levels. So we chose 10 children from each elementary school and 10 children from the intermediate school, which means there were 70 children in an elementary school choir. Then the junior high advanced choir sang, and then the high school madrigal, which is 16 members, sang and danced.
All right, that's a Title VII grant, and it's for dual language. and it's a way of working with ESL bilingual campuses on a total campus program where not only are those students brought up to proficiency in English, but the English-speaking students are also afforded the opportunity to learn a foreign language at the same time. So the whole campus is affected, and all of the teachers on the campus receive training as well. It's a 5-year grant, and in that 5-year time, they give you the training and the resources to move that campus to total dual language. It's a model that we really would like to put on all of our campuses eventually, but it does take a massive amount of training. It takes a total commitment of the principal of that campus and all of the teachers on that campus to be willing to restructure the way they do school for kids.
At school, my first class is science. En la escuela, mi primero clase es ciencias.
Now listen to that word,
Ciencias.
Ciencias. Now say it.
Ciencias.
And what is that in English?
Science.
The focus of our grant is to implement what's called a two-way language program. And the campus that we'll be working with is Central Elementary here in Belton. The grant itself will provide instruction for students on that campus in both English and Spanish, so that students, when they leave that campus, will have some type of language ability in both languages. And hopefully the goal, of course, is that they'll be fluent in both languages by the time they exit high school.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez, once, doce, trece.
One of the reasons we thought the focus of the grant was important is partly because of the makeup of the campus. The campus is about 50% Hispanic population. Also, in today's economy, with it being a global economy and not so isolated by state or region now, it's really important that our students become fluent in at least 2 languages, whether that's English and Spanish or English and Japanese or whatever the language is. And of course, for this area, Spanish just seems to be the most natural thing that we need to focus on.
Title I is another federally funded program to help students who are low achieving to come up to grade level and be successful in school. And traditionally, because of the way the funding is set up, those kids had to be taught separately. And we applied for and received a waiver to do those kinds of things for all kids so that kids were not labeled low achieving. We call it the SAIL program rather than Title I. And the kids on those campuses, and there are 4 of those campuses, are able to work together with special funding, with special training for the teachers, with special equipment, resources, computers, and so forth, to really intensify or accelerate the learning for those kids. And we found that by co-teaching with the Title I teachers and classroom teachers, teaming together rather than pulling those kids out and separating them, we have been able to bring the achievement scores of those students up, and we're actually exiting kids from that program, which means they're on grade level and they no longer need those services. And that's pretty phenomenal because that's not the track record for old Chapter 1, new Title I programs.
At the beginning of the year, we test students to see whether or not they are below level or having an educational problem. And then we also use the test results from the state, such as the TAWS test or even an ITBS test, to help us identify areas of need. And when we determine that we have a student that needs some educational assistance, those are the students we work with, and we target them based on the areas where they need to improve. We use a lot of hands-on materials to help reinforce the skills. We put words on word cards for them to use. They also play games to help reinforce those skills, and work with partners and peer tutors. And also we have adult mentors that come in and read with students and work with them on a one-on-one basis. You gonna come this way? Catherine, can you scoot over this way?
Okay, the first sound.
Here you go.
Smooth it out.
So you
First sound. What do you think it's going to be?
A.
Chum.
C.
Ka. Start it.
Did it like
All the
that?
way up.
Like,
And like you tell.
like
Good.
this?
That's right. That's great.
The reason that they
Right.
write in the shaving cream is
Yeah.
because holding a pencil is very, very difficult for them. And this takes the stress of properly holding the pencil off, and they will form their letters. And it's a lot more fun to write in shaving cream than it is to write on pencil and paper. And we have to leave the element of fun in the learning. They also write in salt. Pudding is a favorite. Sometimes we use Play-Doh. Sand is another big favorite. But the shaving cream is probably the #1 favorite. One of the biggest factors that has made this program successful is the fact that our classroom teachers, our reading diagnosticians, and our instructional aides are all working together as a team. They team teach together, they plan together, and they look at the students individually to decide what's the best method that we need to use to help that student succeed. We revised our program 2 years ago, and this is just now beginning the 3rd year in which we've been focusing our program in a different way. When we first started the program, we began in grades 1 and 2, and we test several times during the year. We start the year off with a pre-test, then we test again in the midpoint of the year, and then at the end of the year. And that we can demonstrate without a doubt that we have achieved a lot of gains with our students.
The Performing Arts Center is state-of-the-art with sound and lighting, and it is a great place for performances, but it's also a great place to teach students who will be going into those fields. They're actually trained on how to work the systems, the sound systems, the lighting systems, how to stage productions.
Okay, James, you're working sound tonight, it looks like. What kind of a job is this for you tonight?
This is basically a function where I am running the music for the actors, so they have the ability to sing the music and can give the audience a real show.
And how much more difficult a job is this now than it used to be in the old place?
I imagine it's somewhat easier because in the old play, they had to operate a lot more equipment to get all the sounds, and this one you can combine sounds into a Roland and come out with any combination of rhythms or melodies you wish.
It's 7 o'clock, the show's going to start at 7:30 and you're still painting. What's up with that?
They didn't give me the paint soon enough.
If you've done all that, then you need to go someplace and find your character. It's time to put your character on.
We need to burn the... Wait a minute.
Who are you all playing tonight as nuns? I assume it's not for Flying Nun.
No, we're just postulates.
I'm a nun. She's a postulate.
I'm a postulant.
What's the difference between a nun and a postulate?
A postulate is the beginning stage of a nun.
It's a baby
yeah,
nun.
It's a baby nun. Yeah. It's like pre-nundom.
I see.
We're little teenage nuns.
And what kind of parts do you all have tonight? Big parts?
Nope, singing. But you'll see us a lot.
Right, we
see us a lot, but we're small. We dance in the ballroom. We giggle across stage. Yeah, you'll get to see that. And
So you're funny nuns, is that it?
Yeah, we're silly teenage nuns. Yeah, and we dance at the festival too.
Not me, I'm a proper nun.
I'm Captain Von Trapp. This is Fraulein Maria, who becomes the Baroness Von Trapp, Baroness Maria Von Trapp.
After I take him away from his other lady love.
Elsa, and this is Gretel. This is our favorite, next to Squirt over here.
Right. No. And then we have Louisa here.
Yeah, and our stage manager, he's part of the family too. Wave high, stage
Hi,
manager.
these are all my kids.
What are you two? You can't be female sailors.
Where is Von Trapp children?
You're the children. You're part of the family.
Eagle.
I'm a USS Lieutenant Nazi officer and a dancer.
Now that sounds like fun.
This is more nuns.
Yes,
Is it a fun part?
yeah, it's a really interesting part.
Here's some more nuns. They emerged. They're coming.
Here comes more nuns.
Look,
They came from nowhere. She's all ready. She's got her candle out.
we have control of everything here. I mean, we have more lighting, we have better curtains, better stage, better sound effects. It's perfect.
I'm Captain Von Trapp. And you, Fräulein?
Maria Rainer.
Now, Fräulein has your duties here. You'll be in charge of my children. Fräulein, would you mind stepping over there for a moment?
Well, the old facility didn't have an orchestra pit, and the old facility had very poor lighting and sound equipment, and it didn't have any fly space. We couldn't bring in a lot of backdrops. And the new facility is just tip-top. It has the best that we could afford to buy. It's really beautiful.
ISD is produced in association with the Belton, Coppers Cove, Killeen, and Temple Independent School Districts, committed to excellence in education for the children of Central Texas.
Tune in February the 8th when we visit Temple Independent School District. Until then, do your homework.